Well, good morning, everyone. Today is April 7th. It's a Tuesday. And before we get into it today, I want to make sure you signed up for today's Smart Money Spikes webinar. I don't want you to miss out. Spots are filling up fast, and this could be your last chance to reserve a seat before we go live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, noon Central Time, but it's 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, during the webinar, Josh Martinez and I will detail our Smart Money Spike system. Folks, you don't want to miss this in this kind of market environment. You can print money with this. I'm serious. This will give you opportunity to literally print money. The system doesn't care about the current crisis or the coming recession, if we're even going to get to one. It identifies smart money spikes and allows you to trade with a backing of billions of dollars from Wall Street. We're predicting that if you join today's webinar, this could give you the solid groundwork to profit no matter what happens in the market next. And that's the key. The key is to be able to profit without having to worry what happens in the market next. Click the link below or at the bottom of this video to register. Do not delay. Do it now. It's happening at 1 p.m. Eastern Time today. Josh and I are going to blow your socks off. This is going to be the best and the most actionable training ever. And it's completely 100% usable and actionable in the current market environment. You don't want to miss it. All right, now let's get into it. So, global markets are rising on hopes that the peak in the corona market pandemic surge may be near its peak in some places in US and Europe. Meanwhile, Japan declares a state of emergency and Hong Kong remains closed to foreigners. China on Tuesday reported no new deaths from the coronavirus over the past 24 hours. It had 32 new cases, all from people who returned from overseas. So things are getting better. The number of new corona cases was dropping in European hotspot of Italy and Spain. I was really getting concerned about Spain because I thought it was going to be just terrible. Very little personal space in Europe. The center of the U.S. outbreak, which happens to be New York, is also reporting its number of daily deaths have been effectively flat for 2 days now. Folks, that is huge because that's going to allow us to figure out where we stand. We can't really figure out how much damage we're incurring and so forth till we peak out, and we may be there. And if it is, it's a lot faster than anyone expected, which is really, really bullish for this market. Energy markets remain volatile. Traders are looking for signs that Saudi Arabia and Russia may back off their price war and cut back on some of the production. That would be really, really great just about now. Demand for oil has plummeted due to the weakening economy, and any cutback in production would help prop its price. There's going to be a meeting between OPEC and Russia and other producers. It was originally planned for Monday, but it's now yesterday, and it's now being pushed to Thursday. Now, today is Tuesday, and Tuesday is the day we cover the strongest sector in the market. And what do you think it still is? Technology. Folks, my relative strength scan is super accurate, and the best thing about it, it doesn't just flash signals for 5 minutes and then change to something else. It's consistent. Technology has been leading now for 2 weeks. Now, if you look at the NASDAQ 100, this is a weekly chart. Notice we're already above the 50-day line. That blue line is a 50-day line, and we never broke the 200-day line. Now, if you look at the SPY, this is the S&P 500, just to give you some perspective. I don't know why we have all these different colored charts and little lines here, but let me get rid of all of that so you could see. We're just now crossing the 200-day on the weekly chart, but the NASDAQ 100 never broke it. And look how far away we are from the 50-day line. Whereas if you look at the NASDAQ 100, you could see that we never even bottomed to the 200-day moving average, and we're already crossing the 50-day on a weekly basis. This is very, very positive. Now, don't get your hopes up just yet, because on a daily basis, we're just now crossing the 200-day line, but that's really, 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 really positive. That's the first bullish move, and that's the first indice to give us a bullish range. Now, as I mentioned the other day, this was let me show you this. I drew this a few days ago, and I'm going to draw it again. just so you see what I'm talking about. But I drew an ascending triangle, and I was telling folks that we're going to break out to the upside, and it looks like we're breaking out to the upside right now. This is very, very positive. And what we need to focus on right now is whether the curve continues to flatten or more people get infected and die. So far, the number is almost twice better than we were expecting. That's really, really, really positive. So with that, let's now look at, we already know that technology, tech is the strongest sector. We already see the price action is above the 200-day moving average on a daily chart, and on a weekly chart, we're literally breaking the 50-day moving average. So we're no longer in a bearish price action in the NASDAQ, which means tech is in play. Now, this is the 5-day. I looked at the industry group. This is 5-day industry. We got mining, miscellaneous, sector bottom 100 stocks for bottom fishers, ETFs, transports. Let me look at the highest change here so you could see the strongest, weakest. Now, notice the third spot. I'm not gonna get into medical right now because medical is still the number 2 sector, but technology is already breaking that 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average on a weekly basis, which is huge. So I want to focus on the third category here. Notice medical, so medical and technology, but technology's number 3. The change is 12.65% over the last 5 days. That's showing strength. So now all we have to do is click here and we'll see the stocks that make up this sector. So you could see here we have ADI, we have microchip, we have ON Semiconductor, Macom, INPHI. So these are the one of the strongest stocks, some of the strongest stocks in one of the most strongest sectors. As we could see, technology, NASDAQ 100 is technology, weekly breaking the 50-day line to the upside. On a daily chart, we're breaking the 200-day, which means for the first time, we're not bearish. Folks, we are out of a bear market on the NASDAQ 100. That's huge. And if you're looking at components of relative strength of stocks, the semiconductors are really strong. MX, MTSI, MPWR, MXIM, SLAB, ADI. I like ADI. That's one of my favorites. Now, let's take a look at ADI. Let's see what it's doing right now. Looks like it's coming out of a bottom there. Yeah, that's a double bottom, and it looks like it's going to go up. Now, my suggestion for you is, since this is the first, this is a daily. I'm going back and forth daily, weekly, daily, weekly. This is a daily chart. Let me reduce the time period a little bit here. This is a 3 months, so you could really see day by day. That mustard-colored line is the 200-day moving average, and that's the price action before the market opens. Now, if we can stay above this mustard-colored line here, which is about 200 on the QQQ, this market will rally higher. What I typically do is I wait to see for 2 trading sessions above the 200-day moving average before I call a sector or an index bullish. So A, I would wait to see if this price action continues. B, I would wait to see if the price action falls below the 200-day line, because that will negate it. We want to see 2 days that are completely above the 200-day moving average. I'm so excited about seeing the NASDAQ above the 200-day moving average that my cats are playing and having fun in here. That's the noise you may be hearing in the background. But I'm liking this. This is the first stage of, or the first toe moving back up above into a bull market. And if techs and semiconductors are going to rally, you definitely want to focus on stocks that are making highs or up 12% over the last 5 days. So semiconductors are looking good, and technology is looking good, and NASDAQ 100 is finally breaking above the 200-day moving average, which is really, really great. Now, again, before I let you go, don't forget, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Josh Martinez, he's one of the best traders in the world. His accuracy is like 97%, 93%. It's crazy. And I'm pretty good with options myself, so we've teamed up. We're going to do an amazing broadcast. This is going to be completely actionable. It's going to be called Smart Money Spikes. You are going to learn a lot. You're in for a treat. You don't want to miss out. Join today's webinar. It's going to give you the groundwork to profit no matter what happens next in the market. Folks, we go long, we go short, we don't discriminate. And again, this will give you a complete groundwork for making money in the current market environment with all this volatility. This is the best time to start trading smart money spikes. You don't want to miss this. Follow the link below or hit the button at the bottom of this video. You don't want to miss out. Folks, this is huge. 1 p.m. Eastern time today. If you miss out, it's going to be bad. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.